Hello and welcome back to Core Finance. I'm Matt Brown, joined by Ronnie Chopra, Chief Market Strategist at FIXI Markets. And we're going to look at our old favourite, the pound, or certainly pound versus the dollar, cable as we know it. Yeah, are we still heading to 140? I'm going to put you on the spot.
I hope so. We've still got just over a month left for the end of the year. That's my figure. I'd like it to go to 140 for obvious reasons, although it won't help the FTSE 100 if we do go to 140. But yeah, we've had a bit of momentum in the last week or so. We're approaching the 134 mark, and obviously these Brexit talks,
breakfast negotiations.
But that's what it comes down to, I guess. They come to kind of an important date next week, isn't it? November the 1st, December the 4th, whereby they've got to come up with a figure for Mr. Tusk. And so I think, again, it probably won't be breakfast talks, it'll probably be late night dinner negotiations up until...
Nights of the long knives, you know, kind of thing. It's,
So they'll come to a decision by, you know, the third night or something, 3rd of December, and hopefully by then we should be closer to that 140 mark if talks go well and we don't overpay for these so-called divorce Brexit. I'm saying it again. Got breakfast on my mind. But yes, the fundamentals of the UK economy are pretty good at the moment. We've had some decent data out. We've had good corporate results. We've had decent economic figures. So there's no reason, because I've reiterated this in the past, from a purchasing power point of view, the pound is still undervalued. And it's in the Germans, the French, the Italians' interest for us to buy their goods. So they don't want to be too harsh, because otherwise, you know, we won't be buying goods from them. So hopefully we won't overpay for these so-called talks, these this divorce stuff. And yeah, the pound should continue to pick up against the dollar. I say against the dollar because the dollar is quite weak at the moment. I mean, like, if we talk about the euro dollar as well, that's at around the 119 mark at the moment, which again I find rather baffling why it's at that level, because Europe obviously has its problems with the German uncertainty regarding the election. You know, who's going to form the government, whether Merkel is still going to be in power or not, is still a $64,000 question. So that hasn't been factored in to the foreign exchange markets with regards to the euro, I don't think. Because if Merkel goes, I can see a lot of weakness in the euro, and the pound should benefit. But going back to the US dollar against the pound, this week is very crucial, obviously, with the Senate vote on Thursday with regards to whether Trump's tax cuts will go through or not. So that's going to be quite a market-moving.
So do you feel, certainly for this week, the dollar is dictating this currency pair?
Sure. But, you know, we too, when it comes to the dollar dictating the pair, we're obviously, we've got this whole Brexit stuff going on, so that does take over a lot of news, etc. But yeah, there's momentum in the pound at the moment. You know, we were threatening that 130 level not so long ago again. We've come back from, you know, we hit 136 a couple of months back. And I think we should still try to, you know, reach those levels, 136 maybe by next week, especially, you know, if November the 4th goes well, or December the 4th. You know.
Well, as you said, 140 at some point by the end of the year, it only needs to touch it once.
Hope so.
For you to be right. Ronnie Chopra, Chief Market Strategist at FIXI Markets. Thank you very much for joining us.